What's up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? Sure, I got the microphone plugged in. What's up, YouTube? We're going to be streaming live on YouTube and TikTok. When I talk about link in bio, for you on YouTube, I mean link in description. What's up, YouTube? Now I'm recording. Stop recording. Live stream. I don't know what's going on here. Technical difficulties. Let's go live on TikTok also. We have some people that roll in over there. We always get more viewers on TikTok than YouTube, but you know, you're awesome too. Not just two. I prefer YouTube, but we just have more people on TikTok. It's the way it is for now. What's going on? What's going on? We are streaming live on TikTok and the YouTube. Stream live on TikTok and YouTube. We'll get rolling here in just a second. Let me change this. What's going on? What's going on? As soon as we get to 100 likes, we'll get rolling. What's up, Mario? What's up, Ivan? As soon as we get to 100 likes, we will get rolling. So we'll take a look at some charts today, I guess. Maybe just talk about some stuff. Because in reality, because where we're at, like charts are one thing, but really just figuring out where we're at. Dang, we're at 300 some likes, so let's definitely get started. Wow, this came flying, and you guys are effing awesome. What's up, attention? As I do, I want to start every stream. I start every stream by looking at this, right? This is the lifetime chart of Bitcoin, right? This one goes all the way back to July 1st, 2010. So this is about a year and a half after the genesis of Bitcoin, but just because at the genesis of Bitcoin, it was worth zero. And it was worth zero for a while until, you know, the pizza transaction, if you know what I'm talking about. But I want you to see what happens to price here, right? Shot up to $32, crashed down to $2. Went up to almost $1,200, went down to about $170. Went up to about 20,000, went down to a little over 3,000. Then here we went up to 69,000 and we went down to, now so far we've gotten down to 17.7. As you see these blue lines here, you see how the price action is pretty repetitive in between these blue lines, and these blue lines are the most important thing to know in crypto. These are the Bitcoin halving events. Look what price does after them. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the next one out in the future around March or April 2024. Because what the Bitcoin halving is the amount, it means in the code after so many blocks are mined, the amount of Bitcoin that can be mined per day gets cut in half, hence halving. And that's an overnight supply shock. As you can see what it does, supply goes down in half and demand starts rising above the supply, and boom, 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 here's the next one. So the best time to accumulate and do things was right here every single time after the top on the way down in the bear market. We are in that bear market. I think we will go lower, but that's just what I got to tell you. I start every stream with that because that's the most important damn thing to know in crypto. Ethereum price prediction, the end of the year. God, I hope I can flip the camera. God, why won't it let me flip the camera anymore? I don't know. Thank you for the fires, J Doggy Dizzle. We're streaming live on TikTok and YouTube. Show it again. We're still looking at it. The lifetime chart of Bitcoin. That's what this is right here. Attention. But I think we should just chit chat someday because I think it's about strategizing in the bear market. Obviously, it's about accumulation. The bear market's kind of boring / depressing depending on how you look at it. But I'm the most excited. I mean, I'm excited in both markets. Bull, because I'm like, oh my God, here we go, here we go, here we go. But in the bear, I know the bull is going to be coming. So in the bear is the best time to plan and strategize. What would be the Bitcoin bottom? I have no idea, Chagali, and no one else does either. I mean, I think Bitcoin ends up going under 10K. But, you know, the biggest thing to pay attention to is, what do you think the price is going to be after the next Bitcoin halving? So everything I do, I look out to April 2025, because that will be about a year after the Bitcoin halving, about right here. So that's what I'm thinking more about than where's the bottom, when's the bottom, stuff like that. Because I'm okay with it going down more, because I have a longer time horizon that I'm looking at. How do you get to see this chart? This is TradingView. If you click the link in my TikTok bio, well, if you go to it on your phone, there will be a link here. Click that. It'll take you to this page. And here's TradingView right here. Be sure to use this link. I think it's some kind of promo link, something like that. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. Also, check out the YouTube. Get yourself a bit. Check out these resources for real. I mean, for instance, I got a free masterclass teaching how to get Bitcoin and Ethereum for free when the price goes up and down. So check that out too. Let's go back to the chart real quick. Let's go to here's the Ethereum chart. We'll come back to that. Let's look at Bitcoin on a more shorter time frame horizon here. Let's pull Lever Atlas up with it. That's our momentum indicator down here. Let's pull that up. Pull that up. So you can see it's coming down here. Bitcoin's come down to this. Let me zoom in for you a bit. Bitcoin's come down. Let me turn that out a little bit. Sorry, my holder here. I got a new holder. My other one broke the other day. I'll move my computer over a bit. Let's do that. So you see Bitcoin's come down to this Fibonacci line right here, which is right a little above 20,000. Did it breach it? Just a little bit. These lines are, guides, not exacts. But that's where Bitcoin's at right now. And it just had a drop here. We see the momentum wave is on its way down. If it prints here, we could see a pump up, because that would be a bullish divergence. Yeah, that's Bitcoin. I more follow Ethereum because I'm more of an Ethereum guy, I guess. I just think there's more upside in Ethereum, but Bitcoin is still phenomenal, obviously. I have Bitcoin. It's the number 2 thing I accumulate. Now, where'd my damn lines go? There they are. And Ethereum just broke. Ethereum's got a really strong zone here at 1190. And now it's come down to about 1157. Oh, it just dropped some. So that's pretty solid. I don't think I want to take a trade right now. They did print what looked like a trigger wave to me. You can't really see it very well on here. If I go to the 1 hour, maybe it shows a little better. Yeah, I wouldn't call that a trigger wave there, but on the 2 hour, it looked more like a trigger wave to me. All them indicators to each own, but damn. Jorge, man, what do you want? Like, this is me being able to read what's going on through different data points. The more data points you can have, the more clear the picture is, right? I mean, I have a ton of tabs open. You can make fun of that if you want, although data points again. But for me, the main things I use are the Fibonacci lines, Lever Atlas, the momentum indicator, and then I draw trend channels. That's all this is. All these blue lines, you're just thinking I have a bunch of indicators. I'm really only using like 3 indicators. I'm using Fibonacci lines, Lever Atlas, and trend lines. That's it. That's all I'm doing. And again, yeah, I know you're not hating. I'm just letting you know that the way you're thinking about it in terms of it being a lot, this is nothing. Like, in order to predict what's going to happen, you need data points. So one data point's not going to do it. You need multiple data points. This is actually very simplified. It's just that you're seeing a lot on here that you're not understanding probably. All these blue lines are just trend lines. It's no big deal. Those aren't a bunch of different indicators, just one. And then Fibonacci and Lever Atlas, the momentum indicator. And these orange lines are just price alerts for me to let me know when things hit. Why can't I flip this damn camera? Why? I got to do it last week once because someone messaged me and they go, hey, just hit the thing down there and you can hit flip. I'm like, yeah, it's never there. And then it was there, and it's never been there again since. But Ethereum, it just broke below this line here. So again, I think we're overall still in a bear market. I think it's hard to not see that. Fia Pelt, thanks for the follow. But let's just chat. I think overall, the next zone to look at for Ethereum is right here around about 1100 if it comes down. And then after that, it'd probably be about 1075 and kind of ratchet its way down. And then 950 is obviously the big, actually 1000 is the big one right here in this golden pocket. That's the big one. That's the big one. And I think we will end up coming back under that with the old Ethereum. What's my watch list? My watch list, I'll zoom this out so maybe feel like you're talking to a person. Watch list, do you mean like which coins are like in order that I want to buy, that I'm watching? Is that what you mean? Be sure to hit that follow button if you haven't. I haven't seen many follows coming in. We got about 77 people in here. Only about 3% of crypto will survive. Well, Danny, that's hard to predict, but I get your point. I don't actually disagree with it. It's just the big takeaway is by far most won't exist for very long. What indicator do you use? I mostly use, the biggest one that I use is Lever Atlas. Right down here, it's a momentum indicator. Like you can see right here, I drew this red line. It helps me see divergences. This is a bearish divergence. And if you follow that dotted line up, it lines up pretty perfectly with the top. So it called, said, hey, we have a divergence going on, a bearish one, prices has a good probability of going down. Plus, we were coming into this Fibonacci golden pocket right here. So I took a short, and that's been pretty good so far. But the main thing I use is Lever Atlas down here. If you want to check that out, it's my own custom indicator that I made. Click the link in my TikTok bio, and it'll take you to this page. There's Lever Atlas right here. But if you're new to trading, I really recommend taking the masterclass first. It's free. Take that. Let's see here. No, it's not free because it cost me money to operate it. This is crypto. Yeah, this is crypto, Jorge. What else you guys want to talk about? You heard about anything cool? Connor, thanks for the follow. Arnell, thanks for the follow. What's your next XRP buy in DCA? Well, I think it's just at a good level now. It's not a hard rule. It's kind of like, where do you think XRP is going to be around the top of the next bull market? I think that's the best thing to pay attention to. What do you think it's going to be? And then make your decisions from there. Obviously, right now, it's pennies compared to what it's going to be, in my opinion. So for me, we've been in good buy zones. But in terms of levels, the number one thing I buy is Ethereum, then Bitcoin, and then actually, and they're in their own tier. And then tier 2, the top thing in the second tier is Gala for me. And XRP is probably 4 or 5. Sand is in there. Matic is in there. Link and VeChain are in there. Probably something else I'm forgetting. But it's just that those I'm waiting longer to buy into. Ethereum is where I'm really stacking into. Crypto Numerals over on here in YouTube says, in regards to the masterclass, did you record the live streams when you traded? Where can I watch them? I'm not 100% what you're asking. Most live streams that we do here, they do publish on the YouTube channel, which is Daily Crypto Bull. The masterclass is its own thing. It's a class that I recorded. I spent months making it, and then putting the whole presentation together, and then I made it. So that's just, I recorded that one time, but it's free for the time being. I hope that answers your question, Crypto Numerals. Any thoughts? Let's see here. What do we got here? Did you sell high? I sold a good amount high, above 50 at least. I lost 17 on crypto. I think it's a pyramid scheme. Just because you lose money just because it doesn't go your way doesn't mean it's a scheme. But some of them absolutely are. Some of them are totally well-known Ponzi's, and that's just, you got to know that when you go in. Bitcoin, Ethereum, not. There's a lot of good ones, but most of them are just junk. Easy $3 XRP. I agree with you, attention fines. So that should answer whoever's question about should I buy XRP, right? You just got to wait. Any thoughts on HBAR? I think it's a pretty promising project. I mean, hash graph technology. It's different than blockchain, but I think it's promising, that's for sure. I don't know what their partnerships are, but I think that's pretty good partnerships. Do you think the Solana phone was a good use of R&D fund for that chain? I mean, I don't know, but I do like where they're I do like the idea of a phone built for this. It may be too early for it, you know what I mean? Like, great inventions and great technology, timing matters, and sometimes things can just be too early, so I don't know. And I don't know if the best time to get in it is a bear market, but that's when things get developed the most. Do you do leverage trading? I do. And I have a whole masterclass. If you click the link in my TikTok bio, you can find your way over to my free masterclass. It teaches you how I leverage trade. So I'm new to crypto and I just got a job that pays in ETH. You make NFTs. Should I hold some ETH? In my opinion, absolutely. That's because ETH is what is the main thing I buy. So that's just my opinion. Hey, what's up, Jiggy? Boy, we only got 55 people on here today. 56. We had 150, but I must have bored you all out. I don't know. What do I think of Polkadot? I think Polkadot's a promising project. Polkadot and Cosmos, to me, are certainly the main players for that multi-chain. Did my thing fall? For that multi-chain strategy. What's up, Sofa King? Coming in from Iowa. I grew up in South Dakota. Is that phone $1,000? I don't know how much the phone is. I don't know. You're welcome, Isaac. Your thoughts on Sol and AVAX? I think I like Solana more than AVAX, but they could both certainly stick around and keep growing. I don't know if they can really be copycats of Ethereum. I don't know how much they can really keep competing in the DeFi and NFT space. NFT is probably more promising. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. By the way, hey, where's everybody tuning in from? Throw in the chat. Throw in the comments. Where y'all tuning in from? California. Thanks for the follow, Cyber. Ohio, Chicago, Quebec, Sacramento, San Diego, New York, Houston. I've been everywhere, man. Thanks for the follow, user. Maryland. I got my aunt coming out here next week. She's from Maryland. Florida. Probably pretty hot and humid in Florida right now. Netherlands. Somewhere I definitely want to visit. Heard it's so beautiful. And I live in Seattle. I've heard Netherlands is kind of like Seattle in terms of climate and stuff. You guys heard anything new? Any projects that you that you think are promising? Thoughts on the new security regulations from Congress? I haven't really looked at them, but they need to happen. You know, regulations, they need to come in. I just hope they do, because that's the way most of the money in the world can't even touch crypto yet. The only way for it to come in is for regulations to be there, and but just hopefully we can really control how far the regulations go to not take away from the soul that is blockchain technology, that is crypto. GMX looks promising. What is GMX? Sounds familiar, but as you can imagine, there's a million tickers. Yeah, what is GMX, Super? Classy, thanks for the follow. I mean, I wish I had something I could bring you, but my strategy is just so accumulation mode right now that I'm paying attention, but I don't feel like, in bear markets, there's not like any hurry to do most things. Like, say, what's the next 100, 500x coin? Well, you don't know right now, and you can't. And the reality is, a lot of those coins don't even go up that much until after the Bitcoin halving. So there's just no hurry to get involved in those things, in my opinion. Zero, thanks for the follow. Crypto's not going anywhere but up. And in terms of adoption, and of course price, stuff like that. But for me, it's about stacking ETH. And with my Lover Atlas members, I'm gonna soon share a strategy that I'm gonna be implementing that I think is gonna easily give me a 25x, but potentially 100x plus. So if you're in Lover Atlas, it's coming. If you're not in it, get in it. How about Shiba? I don't want anything to do with Shiba. Could it survive? Of course, anything's possible, but I don't see how. Why would it? Wait until the masses get in, massive gains, yeah. And that won't be till after the Bitcoin halving, which will be in almost 2 years. California, what's up? How long do you think the bear market will last? That's a good question. It's a good question. Because this macro environment, it's much harder to tell than usual. In normal times, which we've been in basically a bull market for since like 2009, 2010, since crypto's only known a macro bull market. So, and even in those times, it corrected 85, 90%. Hell, Ethereum last time corrected about 95%, and Bitcoin corrected about 85%. So what's it going to do in this nasty macro landscape? I don't know. But it didn't get as redonkulously overvalued this time, because it only went up, in terms of Bitcoin and Ethereum, they went up about 3.5x from their previous all-time high. So the correction, I don't know. It's hard. But I just know my levels, and I'm in buy zone. I'm certainly in very good buy zones if I look out to April 2025. What's the name of that last token you said before SHIB? I don't know. I don't think I said a token before SHIB. Thanks for the follow, user 619 and DJ Vision. I've been reluctant about buying ETH because of gas fees and cheaper options, arguments to buy. It's not about that, Johnny. It's not about the cheapness, because layer 2 solutions will solve that for the time being. It's about the massive size of the network and the security that comes along with it. All the other cheaper networks, they don't have near the security that Ethereum does. And Ethereum is the chain everybody wants. Gas fees be damned. How do I buy Lever Atlas? Just go to the link in my TikTok bio. It doesn't show it here because I'm on my Mac, but there should be a link here. It'll take you to this page. You can get Lever Atlas here. I think I got a free trial running on it. But if you're new to trading, I really recommend taking the masterclass first. Very high level, very valuable class. I'll put it that way. Not really. Thanks for the follow, Justin. It was something you said that was going to be 25x. It wasn't something. It was a strategy that I have that I'm only going to be sharing with Lever Atlas members. Do you think Bitcoin will retest 17? I do, and I think Bitcoin will actually go below 17. Just give it some time. I have a question about a trade I'm currently in with Ethereum. What's up, Blake? What's your question? Thanks, Johnny. And the reason I'm only going to share that strategy with my Lever Atlas members is because I don't want it to become like widely known. Because to me, it's as close to a guaranteed home run as possible. And I don't say that lightly. I actually would never say something like that unless it were actually real. And again, I'm only going to share it with my Lever Atlas members, and when they hear it, they're going to go, holy shit, and it's just going to change everything. It's just going to change the way they look at everything. Yeah, Deggy. And I haven't decided when, because I kind of want to do a little bit of a promotion to let people know to get in. Because there's no hurry. There's no hurry for it, because it's a longer play. You think bear could really last till 2024? Depends on the macro environment. I mean, anything's possible. Blake says I bought half an ETH when it was below 950. You could sell around 1400 if it goes that high before. Well, that's not really a trade. Not what I'm talking about. But what's the question? Should you sell it? I mean, if you want to. It's going to be worth you should know that it's highly probable that it's going to be worth a lot more in 2025. And it's also quite probable that it's going to go lower. But to me, if I bought at 950, I probably wouldn't sell because I would just add it to my strategy that is a longer play going out to 2025. Before dumping, and if it sell at the peak, buy at below 800, I could get an ETH for 600. I would say right now, anything you buy, you should be buying to accumulate, in my opinion, and not to like make quick little money on. I do that with trading, but that's not this. That's not buying and selling. That's trading. Take my free masterclass if you want to learn about it. But for me, everything I'm buying it to hold till 2025. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm deploying capital at certain levels, and I just let it sit there. It's not money that I need to pay for something. It's money I literally have to do exactly this. And so that's what I've chosen to do. So that's obviously what I would recommend, but you do you. My goals are not necessarily your goals. If only I had 10K to invest right now, I'd put an ETH 8 of at BNB and Crow. Well, you have what you have. Figure out what you have, and that's it. And then just stick to your strategy. Sitting there with the, if I had more money, that's not going to help you. That's actually going to hurt you and stop you from doing the things that can help you right now, which is using what you have. Trading is you trying to accumulate more ETH. It is, but it's like, here, I'll show you. Like Bybit. I use Bybit, so I can place longs and shorts. I can't see it over there. Longs and shorts. So I'm not buying or selling anything. I'm using the, say in this case, Ethereum I already have to get more Ethereum for free, right? Because if I do a long and the price goes up, I get more Ethereum for free given to me. If I do a short and the price goes down, then I get more Ethereum when the price goes down. So that's what trading is. It doesn't cost me any money. I just use the crypto I already have. That's what trading is. If you want to learn about that, click the link in my bio and take my free masterclass. I teach you how I do it. And I'm pretty good at it. Definitely join the Discord. I talk a lot about trades that I do, and we talk a lot about that in there. Join in there. And here's the link for Bybit that I was trading on if you want to check it out. This gives you a deposit bonus. But if you're new to trading, take the masterclass first. Get educated. With no leverage. Let's see here. Kirsch, thanks for the follow. David, thanks for the follow. XRP going to change everything? XRP could definitely change some things. You going to announce by email then? Yeah, I probably will, Daggy. Yeah, I'll send it out to Lever Atlas members that way because I don't know of another way to really send it out. So that probably will be. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I'll probably, it'll be well in advance. You know what I mean? I'm going to announce it for a while just to make sure that it really gets out to everybody. I may create a members area where I'll publish the video that I'll make specifically for that, and the only people that can get in there is Lever Atlas members because I'll be able to tag their email. I might do something like that. Yeah, actually, that's probably what I will do, Deggy. I'll probably put the video in the Lever Atlas members area. Yeah, just like where the course is and everything. I'll probably end up putting it in there. Yeah, stack that ETH, man. How do you think a new trader should start with in your program in money? It doesn't matter if you're new. It's what can you work with. And when you start trading, you can actually use the testnet. So you can trade a paper account and practice trading with fake money to get more used to it. Bitcoin bounce of the 2260, maybe. Johnny, I only trade with USDT or BUSD, never traded with ETH. Sounds interesting. Yeah, and in a bear market, if you're taking shorts especially, that can make a lot of sense. But it depends on your goals. And my goal is mainly to get as much ETH as I can. Yeah, and Daggy says it right. You can stack with anything to start. It's like, what do you want to start with? How do you want to do it? Daniel, what's up, bud? What's up, Dan? Crypto, I mean, straight up, crypto's kind of boring right now. It's kind of boring because it's just kind of ranging and we're waiting to see what's going to happen. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Was it the bottom? Or are we going to go into a bull market? All these questions that everybody has, and it's just kind of like everyone's just waiting for something to happen. And that's just kind of where we're at. Bear markets are much more boring than bull markets. But that's what makes it so opportunistic. Let me take a look at some charts. Maybe I'll place a trade. It doesn't. Any news on XRP case? Not that I know of. In the world? Did that just flip around? Weird. That just flipped around. Weird. Anyways, let me go to the Ethereum chart real quick. Oh, I hear a doggy outside my door. Are you optimistic on XRP's case? Yeah, I mean XRP's not going anywhere. It's just a formality for this thing to get over with. And it doesn't matter what the outcome is necessarily. XRP's not going anywhere, in my opinion. I'm not an XRP army guy. It just makes sense. The XRP has a bright future regardless of this case. Something can make it even stronger from this case, and I don't know what could really make it so much weaker, but we'll see. I don't really want to take any kind of positions on Ethereum right now. Nothing strong here showing to me, so I don't want to take any trades. You guys got another coin you want to look at? Give me a coin you want. What's up, Zoopla? Bitcoin at the support of descending wedge. Is it? Let's go to Bitcoin. Go to this. Probably don't have anything there. But, well, no, I don't want to go to that one. Let's go BTC USD of, how about Coinbase? Oh, son of a bitch. Just moved my damn Fibonacci lines. Didn't mean to. For descending wedge, you mean like from here? Here, maybe? Not sure where the descending wedge is. Here? I'm not necessarily seeing. I don't know. Let's draw some trend lines. Take a look. Maybe it does end up being a wedge. Probably go from here down to here. Here to, I guess that's a bit of a wedge. I mean, to me, it kind of busted below the line a little bit. I mean, it's too close to tell, and there's this fib line here. I mean, I guess that's a descending wedge, and you could make a claim that that's a bullish thing. And we could possibly see a bullish divergence here too on the 2 hour. So there's a case to be made for that. I just don't know, man. Here's the next level really, which is about a little under 23,000. We're right around 23,000 is the next level for it to over. Actually, right here at about 22.3, because this is where the 200 weekly moving average is. And Bitcoin's just been trading below that. I don't know, man. I don't know. This just looks like. I don't know. On TradingView, I had great success in trades with the double top indicators, bottom. Yeah, but those are like, the thing about an indicator like that with double top and double bottom is like, those are really, in my opinion, those are effective, but mostly on like really long time frames. That's what I would say. Log, yeah, I usually use log. Is eToro a safe place to leave 20K mixed crypto? I've never used eToro, so I'm not that interested in eToro. Plus, it's mostly a stock place. And you keep asking log. Yeah, I use log, logarithmic scale mostly, instead of linear. I think it gives me a little bit better of a view. Although in these shorter time frames like we're looking at, It doesn't really look any different than a linear. 30 minutes TF minimum time frame. Yeah, but I actually usually go, the 2 hour is kind of the one I look at the most, and then the 1, and then the 4. Like, the higher the time frame, roughly, the better it's going to tell you for the long. And I like to use longer term moves. I'm not a day trader. I don't like to be in here all day every day. Where do you find new coin projects? I'll tell you what was. You don't want to be looking at new coin projects in a bear market. You don't. There's no hurry to do anything like that. This is not a bull market. Let's see if I can flip myself around here. Okay, now I'm back in this way. That's what I would say about that. Where do you find them? A lot of places, but I'm not interested in that. I'm just not. Moon C to the moon. I think moon C through the floor. Or moon C through the floor. Do you really want anything to do with Do Kwon? Do you really want to deal with someone that makes a project like that has that? The most epic failure we've ever seen? Do you want to just keep doubling down? You do you. I want nothing to do with that or anything to do with Do Kwon ever. Oh, it's a joke. Okay, thank God. Thank God. Are you farming or staking your bags? No, I mean, I still have some stuff in Voyager, but I moved a little bit off of Voyager. Do you know why it has been pumping? What's been pumping? I haven't seen anything that I would call pumping. Do you think Voyager is still safe? I do, but you never know. So I would say you definitely make your own decisions. I'm really doing a risk assessment of different places now. And I think, to me, maybe the safest one might be FTX. They're the ones bailing everybody out. They might be the safest one. The most liquid, having the highest liquidity. Huge volumes being traded in Loon C though. Why? Because of this disparity. Cosmos, I like Cosmos, man. That and Polkadot are the biggest players in that multi-chain narrative. Packed more XRP and Gala, and being optimistic on them thanks to your previous insight. Yeah, no, XRP and Gala are like, I don't understand how some very insane things would have to happen for those to not be worth a lot more in 2025. Ledger is about as safe as it gets. That's true. Cold custody, having custody of your own in a ledger, is as safe as it gets. Click the link in my TikTok bio. It'll take you over here. I do have a link for the official Ledger site, because there's fake ones out there and everything. You want to make sure you go to the actual site. So here's the actual site. Quant, I don't have strong thoughts on Quant, but a lot of people ask me about it. They seem to have a good amount of people that believe in them. I'd say the ones that people ask me about kind of the most, Quant is on there, HBAR. I'd say those are actually two of the most asked about things, and they have been for quite a while. Yeah, but I agree with you, Dan. Like, yeah, having things in a ledger is absolutely the safest way to go. And you can, the only thing is I just hate, most of my stuff is in ETH, so I still got to pay gas fees, although the gas fees are pretty minimal in a bear market. I'm looking at the long run, same as you, because the short trading action seems to make people lose a lot. Well, I trade a lot. I have a good amount in my Bybit account because I trade a lot. But it's not like I don't need to buy it and hope the price goes up, you know. I can make profit when it goes down, and up and down and up and down and up and down. What do you think about Casino Coin? Probably not something I'm interested in, although I don't know anything about it. I don't like casinos. I don't like the ethos of it. Casinos are not something I want to ever be involved with. I think that they're like drugs. I'm looking at but yeah. So if it has something to do with casinos, I'm not interested. I think they ruin people's lives. Do you think Bitcoin will fall after the 30th? Very well could. But Mono, why specifically do you ask about the 30th? I mean, I think I know why, but I want to make sure. Or hear if you have something different, I'd like to hear it too. How much Gala should I own to have $1 million when it hits all-time high? You know, my best guess is you'd probably need to have, I think if you had 1 million Gala, you would pretty easily do it. But 500,000 would probably do it. Second quarter figures. Yeah, that's what I was looking at too. Sub Jump. You're welcome. You're welcome. Second quarter figures. Yes, that's what I figured you meant, because it's the end of Q2. We should be having earnings from companies coming in too. And I think that overall, oh, what's up, Rob? I think overall, yes, I agree with you. I think that we're going to see decrease in earnings. I think we're going to officially go into a recession, 2 straight quarters of negative GDP. But those earnings, man, And what's funny is what I've been looking at, it seems like the projections for earnings are higher than I think they should be, like by kind of a significant amount. So whenever expectations are exceeded or not met, that usually creates moves in the markets. And I think the earnings are going to be lower than the estimates. Do you use Binance to trade? I'm currently using Binance. No, I use Bybit. There's a link for it on my resources page. Be sure to use that link because you'll get a deposit bonus if you do. But Binance, I mean, I'd like to use Binance, but they won't ever verify me. I've tried verifying with them, sending in my ID and my electrical bill and my blood sample, like 7 to 9 times. They've rejected it every time. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the fuck to do. Why Bybit? Because Bybit is a trading platform. I want to be very clear, Wes. When I say trading, I don't mean buying low and selling high. I do not mean that. I mean it's not buying or selling at all, really. It's trading. I don't know how else to say it. I have a free masterclass that teaches you all about it. If you go to my resources page, link in bio, that will take you to my resources page. And there's a link for Bybit there also. There's a link to take my masterclass to learn how to trade, which again is not buying low and selling high. I mean, that is I guess a form of trading, but when I say trading, that's not what I'm talking about. Because the type of trading I'm talking about, I get Bitcoin and Ethereum for free when the price goes up and down. I got my Binance verification really easily. It took 1 to 2 days. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm glad for you, but I've tried for a year. And sometimes you come back and say, oh, your ID was too blurry. And I'm like, what are you talking about, my ID? You can read everything. It's perfect. It's an HD picture from my iPhone. Like, what the hell? So I just, used an internet bill. No blood sample. Fucking Binance. Piss me off. And Binance.us, because that's the only one I can use, being in the US. So I don't know if you're here or in a different country. Anybody tuning in from a different country right now? By the way, what kinds of stuff would you guys like to see videos on? I'm really interested to know, because I want to make more YouTube videos, but I don't know what people mostly want to see. I mean, I can make crypto news videos, which I do, but I'd like to hear other things. Is Bybit sponsoring you? They are not. I don't have any sponsors at the moment. I wish Bybit would sponsor me, because I would do exactly what I'm doing now. They would just be paying me in addition to that. Poland, there we go. Oh, UK, Zoopla, you're from UK, okay. Oh, and oh, Jesus, several UK people, Mark and Model. Mr. Anything. During the bull market like we had, it takes these exchanges a long time to verify before accepting. But I've been trying to do it for a year, you know. I just... videos about why you buy and sell each crypto coin. It's interesting. I don't know exactly what that would look like, because that seems like something I could... Yeah, maybe I could do a rundown of the coins, like do a video on a specific, like why is Gala ranked in my third overall ranked coin behind Ethereum and Bitcoin. I guess I could do that. I don't know if people are searching for that, you know? Like, what are you searching for? When you go to YouTube looking for crypto content, what are you looking for? Like, what do you type into YouTube to have them deliver videos to you about? How to use certain platforms and different kinds of trading. Sing Binny, how much is your course? Well, the master class is free. And I do have a course, but I don't sell it anymore, or at least currently. But the only way you can get it is if you become a Lever Atlas member. So if you become a Lever Atlas member, then I give you the course. I did used to sell the course for $1,000, but I just give it away free to Lever Atlas members. They looking for coin to buy. And if you decide to sell it, another video to explain. The thing about that, maybe model. I feel like, I don't know. That might be just something I don't know. But that's interesting. That's an interesting thought. I'll have to think about that. Oh. Someone's trying to bust in. I don't know. This is always my recording time. I don't know why. Anyways, terminology for dummies. Maybe. You have a Bybit affiliate link? Yes, I do. Yes. That is an affiliate link. But if you don't... But because of the affiliate link, you get a deposit bonus. If I just had a link to it, you wouldn't get a deposit bonus. And if you want, go use someone else's affiliate link. That's fine. But you got to use an affiliate link to get a deposit bonus. Or just type in bybit.com. And Max, if you got a problem with people using affiliate links just straight up, then you should re-examine your relationship with money, I guess. How much to join Lever Atlas? It is, I have a free trial going, but it is $29 to $49 a month. And there's also a yearly and a lifetime membership, which are significant discounts. Went to Bybit, says it does not cover US. Yeah, you just use a VPN, and I put mine VPN in Denmark. Well, Max, that's not a sponsorship. Like, a sponsorship is when they pay me money to promote them. And if I was sponsored by them, would that mean I'm bad? How far do I think Bitcoin can go? I think Bitcoin can go under 10K. Max, what exactly are you getting at? I'm not sure what you're saying. If you're making a implication towards my character because I'm using an affiliate link for Bybit, I could use an affiliate link for anything. I use it because it's what I use to trade on, and this channel revolves heavily around trading. You can just go to Bybit if you want, but you won't get a deposit bonus. They don't pay me to do that. I looked up Mirandus. Mirandus is great. Looks like it's coming along, but I wonder when they'll make the game hard. Well, yeah, it's certainly not ready to go. It's still a ways away, but man, what they're doing with it is just mind-blowing. Not sure I trade enough to justify a Atlas sub. Well, my guess is you're probably not trading at all. And, boy, it's hard to say how much money we make by trading without much money. Like, I don't know, but you do you. Take the master class. It's free. Just take it and see what you think. Is different than MLMs. Yeah, it's just a link. Like, I don't get anything. It's the link they gave me that they'll give you too. When you sign up, you'll have a link that you can share with people, and they'll get a deposit bonus. I don't know if I even get anything from it. Maybe I do. Thank you, Deggy. But I understand the reluctance of stuff, but I don't know. I'm giving too much attention to this already. Rorschach, thanks for the follow. I like that name, by the way. Thoughts on KDA and Mina long term? I don't have a strong opinion. SIP. I don't know what that is. Gala. Yeah, I like Gala. I mean, it's my number 3 because it just seems to me blockchain gaming just seems to be the most obvious thing. Max, you have an interesting. I'm not going to address it anymore. This has to do with your relationship to yourself, more than anything else. I have $500 to invest in either sand or mana. Your choice. I would definitely pick sand. I would. I mean, to me, I'm not that bullish on mana at all. They could certainly surprise me. I just like Animoca brands and stuff a lot more. It's just who's behind sand. Made a few hundred day trading this week. Oh, okay. There's definitely trading. I also have 10K waiting. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean then. I mean, 30 to $50 a month, but it's all you. Whatever. For the dip. Cool. Let's see here. And I don't do day trading model. I do more swing trading, so I just wait for good moments to line up. Like there'll be more days. I'm in a trade. I don't want to say more days than not, but like right here, if we go over here. See, we're coming to this line here. There is a strong case to be made for a long position. I would wait for Lever Atlas to confirm it. If I go to the 1 hour, I wonder if it would confirm it on there, or because we are certainly hitting resistance here on this trend line and on this fib line. I mean, that's Bitcoin, I guess, but Ethereum's gonna be roughly the same. Yeah, I don't know. I would wait for the confirmation for the green dot to print, and then maybe I'd take it and set a stop for a little below this. Although I'm on Bitcoin and I mean to be on Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum looks like it wants to print a bullish divergence. But this is not the one I want to use. Where are my fibs at? Maybe it was on Bitstamp. It's on Bitstamp. I don't know what this green line is. I think it's an error. Let me get rid of it. Because where's the 200-day moving average? Oh, son of a bitch. Just move the goddamn fibs. Oh, that pisses me off. I hate it when that happens. Now, I'm not going to block Max. I mean, people can come in here and say stuff and have a conversation. Frankly, maybe I do get paid something, but I don't know what. And if I do, I don't even know where to check it. Because I put it up because I saw that people get a deposit bonus. Hit undo to reset fibs. Oh, there's an undo button. So you're teaching me something. Is it this? Oh, Thank you. I did not know about that button. Damn. Tempted to take a long here, but I feel like I'm just trying to do it because I'm on a live stream and I wanted to do it for you guys, but I think I'll pass. I'm not ready for that because overall I'm much more reluctant to take longs than I am shorts. Although it's looking like a strong spot for a long, I'll keep my eye on it. Only because you're making mistakes. Yeah, man, I mean, I've done that so many times, but I've never done that. Control Z2. God, he is teaching me stuff. What's up, Monster? Could I ask for I believe in Fetch AI. Heard of it? I think I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. And the crypto market's just kind of boring right now, right? We're just kind of waiting for something to happen and taking trades in between. And right now I don't see a strong spot for a trade. I think it looks more like a long position is coming up, a little scalp. But I'm waiting. What do you think Fed interest rate in coming days? Well, the Fed's it's going to be about a month before the Fed does anything with interest rates. Their next meeting is at the end of July. But depending on what happens, inflation numbers will come out mid-July. So if those are worse than expected, I would say they'd probably do a 0.75. If they are at or below expectations, they'll probably do a 0.5. One of the biggest things I wonder about is their tightening. Will they be able to keep doing the tightening? I hope so. Sup, monster. But the biggest things I'm looking for Q2 earnings reports, GDP report, inflation, that'll be mid-July, FOMC will be end of July, and 4th of July weekend, with it being, something about major U.S. holiday weekends, I don't know, man. The crypto markets can go crazy on those weekends, particularly to the downside, in my opinion. In my experience, I guess I should say. What's a long or a short? Well, model, if you were day trading, see, that's what I was saying. Is I don't think you know what I mean by trading. I don't think trading is what we do over here on Bybit, where I can take like a long means I profit when the price goes up. A short means I profit when the price goes down. And in this particular thing, it's called inverse perpetual. And this would be Ethereum inverse perpetual. So when I do a long and the price goes up, my profits are paid to me in Ethereum, so I get a bunch of Ethereum for free. I get Ethereum for free, I shouldn't say a bunch necessarily, depending on my trade. And on a short, I get Ethereum for free as the price goes down. So if I put one Ethereum in the trade and the price goes down 10%, then now I have 1.1 Ethereum. And if I add leverage to it, I would have more than 1.1 Ethereum. Same thing on a long when it goes up. That's trading. And again, I have a masterclass that's free that teaches you how I do it on my resources page. It's about a 2.5-hour class, I think. Took me months to make the damn thing. 2.5. I don't know if you're thinking 2.5 hours. I don't know if I have the time. Some people say that to me, and I'm like, it took me years to gather that knowledge. It took me months to make the presentation in the class, and all you got to do is watch it. Some people say that's weird stuff to me. You've just been doing limit buys and sells. So what you're doing is you're buying low and selling high. That's not what trading is. Trading doesn't have to do with that. You can profit from it going up, obviously. Actually, more so than buying low and selling high. But you don't have to buy anything. You just use what you already have. And then as the price goes up on a long, you get more of the coin in addition to the coin's price going up. And on a short, you get more of the coin when the price goes down. Definitely take the masterclass. It's free. if the inflation doesn't improve, that might be a good shorting Bitcoin. I think overall we're still going to see the prices go down lower. It's just they took such a big drop in June that I think everyone's just catching their breath. Just to be straight, like, do you think anyone's like, yeah, let's run this effer up, let's buy, we're in a bull market? Like, no one with half a brain is saying that. Everyone knows we're in a bear market. Some people hope we've hit the bottom. I hope we have not hit the bottom. I hope we go much lower. But I'm twisted. Jump Rotor says commercial ... I'm not sure what you're asking about. Sasquatch Dave. Love that name. Getting kind of squatchy in here. Talking about your masterclass. It's free. Will Bitcoin reach 15K? I think it will. I think it'll go under that. I think it will definitely. I have a very high probability that it'll hit 13.5, and I feel strongly that it'll go under 10. Hey, what's up, Rob? Yeah, Jump Rotor, it's free. I've been on the stream for over an hour. I think I'm going to make it shorter today. We have 49 of you wonderful people on here. I don't think I can do the 2+ hour live streams I've been doing. It's not like it's a waste of time. I think there's just not a whole lot to talk about necessarily right now. And I have other businesses that I have, and I need to put, because I like doing this. This is like social time for me. And I think I've been spending too much time on social time. Definitely come hop in the Discord if you're not in there yet, because I'm in there a good. I answer basically every question that comes in, basically. So hop in there. I'll still be doing that, obviously, but I'm probably not going to do as long of live streams as I've been doing, because this is like me slacking off doing these live streams from my other businesses and obligations. Jump, cool. Be sure to get involved in there too. Do you trade crypto? I definitely do. Stupidio guy. Stupidio. What is the most trading style? I mean, like most of the traders are what? Intraday, swing, or what? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. And it doesn't matter. Frankly, it absolutely doesn't matter for what you want to do for yourself. If you were a day trader, you would be living in the charts. I don't want to do that. I'm not looking to make little trades here and there and do all that and stress myself out. I do trading when I see a good opportunity pop up, and good opportunities pop up quite a bit. Not necessarily every day. My back still hurts a little bit. I need this thing to calm down. Yeah, I can tell it's a boring day in crypto too. We've had way less people in here today. Because it is. Crypto's kind of boring right now. You're welcome, Jose. Which also to me says opportunity, but I'm just waiting for prices to come back down. That's me, which sounds, even saying that out loud, I'm like, ugh. I don't like having that thought. But I just think we're still in an overall bear market downtrend, and I think prices will come back down and test. where they were. Ethereum under 1,000, Bitcoin well under 20. Give it a few days, and it may take longer than that. It may be, I don't know. Thing is, I don't know, but I'm watching. Obviously watching. And I like it because it's right now, I've accumulated all I'm going to accumulate at these levels. So I want it to come back down under 1,000 so I can accumulate some more. Sticking to my guns. I've been accumulating since low 3,000s. But I'm really hitting the gas at these levels. I'm crazy, and I probably should just buy more at these levels anyways. But I feel so strongly that it's going to come down lower. Ethereum's the main thing I accumulate. I just feel so strongly that it's going to go under 1,000. And I think there's a very real possibility that it goes way under 1,000 before it actually bottoms out. Why ETH and not Bitcoin? Because ETH has the merge that's going to be happening, and I think there's more use to Ethereum. I'm accumulating Bitcoin too. Just Ethereum is my. I just see more upside to it. It's just the best risk reward ratio in my opinion, because the usability of the network, the merge that's going to be happening, which makes ETH so much more scarce. And I think Ethereum's going to flip Bitcoin in terms of market cap potentially this next bull run. And then I go after Gala because blockchain gaming is what I think that is the best particular space within crypto to be in terms of upside and all that. Model, you just sold your ETH? Why? Why? If you were in, why? It looks to me on the charts like I would say maybe 70% that it's coming to a local bottom, so it's going to bounce a little bit. Not a terrible price, but I don't know. My goals aren't your goals, etc. We each have our own goals. And ETH has the biggest security. Bitcoin is an extremely secure network, extremely, but it's not really usable like Ethereum is. Just the size of the Ethereum network is what and the bigger and bigger it gets, the more secure it gets. That's what's crazy, right? You sold your ETH to get funds for Bitcoin? I don't hate on it. To me, like if I were to tell someone that like they just can't have zero no risk tolerance, like if I was talking to like my someone's grandparents, I'd be like, buy Bitcoin. That's what I would say, because it's a for sure winner. Not as much upside as Ethereum in my opinion, but it can't lose Bitcoin. But Ethereum could technically lose, I guess. It's hard to imagine that, but Bitcoin to me, how could it? Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to be around for a very, very long time. The technology for security for crypto, ETH are designed, yeah. How much ETH is good to hold? There's no hard number for that. It's just whatever your goals are. I would say look out to April 2025 to 2025. Estimate what you think the price is going to be realistically, conservatively, and then figure out how much you want to have when that happens. I just want one Bitcoin, then I'll buy ETH. I understand that model. I totally do. Totally understand that. Because eventually one day Bitcoin will be $1 million of Bitcoin. I think that could definitely happen by 2030. I really do. A lot of people mistake them as coins. We need to start looking at it as technology. I agree with you. Totally. And Ethereum is what you use to use the Ethereum network. What do you say to people who think Bitcoin will go to $1 million? I just said that too. I think it will definitely go there. When? I don't know. Could happen in 2030. I could see that happening. But could definitely be longer. It depends, because it's crazy to think about how much money cannot touch crypto yet. Like 95% of all the money in the world can't touch crypto yet because there's no regulation. So imagine when all that money comes in, it's going to flock, so much of it is going to go to Bitcoin. 8 to 10K by the end of this year or mid next year. Aquarius, I think that's kind of where I sit. I kind of feel, depending on the macro landscape. The main thing I'm watching is, when will the Fed pivot? Because when the Fed pivots, that's probably turning back on the bull market. I don't see them pivoting anytime super soon, but I mean, the soonest I could ever see them pivoting would be like at the end of summer. The soonest. You think that's optimistic? It might be. But I also think, let's see, we have a halving in 24, we have a halving in 28, and in 2030 we'll probably roughly be around the top of that bull market. And by then, I'd imagine there's a Bitcoin spot ETF, because when there's a Bitcoin spot ETF, the entire game changes. The biggest money in the world can now get involved in Bitcoin at that point. There'll probably be some regulation around. Like, I think it's hard to imagine how fast this shit can go up once the biggest money in the world can actually get involved and there's real regulation around it. I think that's hard for most people to comprehend. That we're still early, and when it hits that, when that Bitcoin spot ETF comes in, watch out, because this shit's gonna fucking go on a rocket. Aquarius, are you in the Daily Crypto Bull Discord? You seem like you'd be a good member if you weren't. When do you think that is? I think there's a good chance it can happen in the next bull market. I feel like it definitely happens before 2030. But I think there's a good chance, because there's already a Bitcoin futures. Now there's a Bitcoin short. I don't know what other ETFs you can have besides the spot one, which is the major one. So I think it's quite possible within the next few years to see a Bitcoin spot ETF. That very well could mark the top of the next bull cycle. XRP to take over a percentage of Swift liquidity. I would very much could see that. Aquarius, no, I'm not. I had Discord, but man, the notifications were driving me nuts. You know, I don't even know how to. You turn off the notifications. Like, I don't use notifications at all, because it's such a good place to be. Twitter is too, but the notifications on Twitter drove me nuts, so I just turned off all the notifications. But you seem like you would. You seem like you'd be a good fit in the Daily Crypto Bull Discord. Think exactly the same. I can just tell. Aquarius, how long have you been in crypto? When did you buy your first crypto coin? We all have a lot to learn. We're always constantly learning. See, that kind of like self-awareness, that's the stuff I'm talking about. I like that. Is this upswing in crypto a relief pump? I think so, Nick. I think that's what it has been. A bit of a dead cat bounce, in my opinion, so far is what it looks like. Because it's been a bounce that's lasted, what, a week or so? A little over a week. NFT Promotion says, I enjoy learning leverage. Yeah, buddy. For sure. Because it's like, it's fun. It's a fun game to play. You lose sometimes, but you win too, and it's the accumulation of all of them. Been researching it since Bitcoin was created, lost out on Bitcoin, lost out on Ethereum, not losing again. Well, that makes sense. When, like, you sound, that makes sense. Because you just sound like you've been paying attention for a while. Like this, like you didn't just hop in crypto a year or two ago. You know what I mean? I can tell. I do this so much. I can tell by what people say in the way they're thinking about things. I can tell that you've spent time, and you're probably fairly intelligent. And to me, intelligence, the best way that I rate it is awareness. Awareness. Self-awareness is probably at the center of it, but awareness is my best gauge of intelligence, not grades you get on a test. I mean, I have a doctorate. I went to school. I know plenty of doctors that I don't think are smart people, because I think they're just boneheads that can pass tests. And Model, you should get in the Discord too. I think you would be a good member in there. It's free. It's not crowded. And I'm definitely in there a good amount. Like, we will have conversations. I will answer questions, give my thoughts on things. I'm not in there all the time. You know what I mean? I'm not like constantly in there. I don't do that. Like, I try not to be, it's important to me to not let this phone, it's important to me to not be this phone slave. You know what I mean? So I go in there several times a day and I look through what's going on and I answer things and I post some things every so often and then I get out, because, or else you can get sucked in. Currently investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the ISO 20022 tokens. Yeah, for me, XRP is the big one there. But see, it's just, you just see the adoption just ratcheting up and ratcheting up and ratcheting up. It's just, it's so obvious that blockchain and crypto are just here to stay and grow. Crypto for me is like being a blind man in a dense forest full of lions. So what I would say to that is, like, just, it can feel like that because it's so overwhelming and there's so much of it. Just severely chop it down into what you want to pay attention to. For me, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and blockchain gaming. That's it. That's all I pay attention to. All this other stuff, like, I'll buy XRP because XRP is a winner, you know, but I'm not like following ISO 20022 very much. I'll get the highlights as things come out, but for me, blockchain gaming is the thing I really, really want to be ahead on, because I think it's the first thing that really gets adopted, and it just makes so much sense. Because that's metaverse. Well, metaverse is really blockchain gaming overall, is really what it is. And most people don't understand that. I only bought my first coin in February. Not a terrible time to buy. At least you didn't buy the top. Sure, it's gone down, I'm sure, but you didn't buy the tippity tip top. You know, probably a little bit before it gets back to that February price, whatever you bought. But, oh well. I dismiss crypto as a fad. How dumb am I? You're not. Most people still think it's just a silly thing. It's just. Remember what I said about, to me, intelligence is basically kind of equivalent to awareness. You allowed yourself to become more aware of it, and then realize, oh, maybe it's something more than I thought. And you probably learned something about yourself dismissing something. Be very reluctant to dismiss things, in my opinion. We've all made that stuff. I've known about Bitcoin since 2009 or 2010, and I dismissed it. I kept seeing it pop up over and over, and I just dismissed it until 2017. Dirkman, thanks for the follow. Was wondering, do you think anything will change with the SEC getting involved? Yeah. I mean, regulation is going to come in. SEC is going to get involved in some of the cryptos eventually. The Commodity Commission or whatever, they're going to get involved. The Trade Commission is going to... The regulation's coming. It has to come. There's certain things that can't be... What's the word I'm looking for? There's certain elements of blockchain and crypto, the decentralized parts, that can't be given up. Can't be. The word, it's right there. I can't say it, but I think you get what I'm saying. XLM, ZIL, and HBAR. I don't like XLM. ZIL's might have a future. Metaverse as a service. We'll see though. And HBAR, I think HBAR of all of those three, that would probably be the one I'd be the most interested in because of Hashgraph technology. How come you skip my question? Kyle, you are not entitled to anyone answering any of your questions. You can just answer your question again because I didn't see your question. Realize I'm a human. Don't come at me like you are owed anything. What's your question about USDT? You do better to just ask the question again, and maybe I see it this time. Ultimately, I think USDT will not be the main stablecoin. I think USDC will overtake it. That doesn't mean USDT is going to just disappear and go to hell. I think they probably do have enough funds to back it up, but I think USDC is just more transparent, and it's got bigger forces behind it, like BlackRock. I think Citadel's in there, Circle's certainly in there, the digital currency group. Stablecoins is a big thing. It's going to face regulation. And will there be central bank digital currency? I mean, we know the Fed coin. That's what I'm calling it. I don't know if that's what it's actually going to be called. There is one. They've been working on it for a while. How's it all going to play out? I don't know. Frankly, I think that they will be able to grow adoption very quickly. So I don't know. Because what they'll say is, hey, go download this app and get $100 of free Fed coin. Most people are going to go do it. Hell, maybe they get saucy and say, get $1,000 of free Fed coin. It'd be interesting how all that plays out. But the one thing that no one can replicate is Bitcoin. And Ethereum you can't really replicate either. People are trying, Solana, Avalanche, etc. But really, Ethereum to me just has so much more adoption and such a more secure, bigger network. I feel like it's one. And because blockchain isn't in a really usable state, period, as it is, it doesn't matter so much that the gas fees are high at the moment. Plus there's layer 2 solutions coming in. ETH 2.0, which is a 6-stage thing. The merge is one phase of the 6 stages of ETH 2.0. It's the most significant one. But eventually it'll all get solved and everything will be on the goddamn fucking blockchain. Just stay away from algorithmic stablecoins, 100% on that. Sorry, I missed you said had helped my cousin move something. I'm not sure what I said. Kyle, I think you're missing the point. When you're talking to a human being, have manners. I never said that, hey, I'll answer your question or you paid me. When you come back and say, hey, why'd you skip my question, dude? Tell me about USDT. That's what it sounds like on this end. Just ask your question again. Be respectful. Or not. Keep doing that and I'm sure you will keep getting the same results you've always gotten. You think Bitcoin will go to 14K? I think it's very possible. ETH to 4 to 6 in this bear market? Very possible. I think ETH gets down to 480. I think Bitcoin gets under 10. ETH will be better with lower fees, for sure. But there's only so much you can do on it currently anyways. You know what I mean? Like, blockchain isn't ready for the masses. So it's got years before I think it's really ready. That's what all this stuff is about, all this crashing and burning and pumping and dumping. It's about and talent going towards the Ethereum blockchain that it's just, I don't know. I do like Matic, but again, that's tied to Ethereum. I like Matic for blockchain gaming. Yeah. Have you figured out what is driving down Bitcoin? Yeah, the macroeconomic landscape, and that Bitcoin was overvalued, and it was just the end of the bull market. So all that together, again, stocks going down, inflation, interest rates going up, everything's just way overvalued, and there's way too much money that got printed in the last couple of years, like way too much. About 50%, 50% of all money that's ever been printed was printed in the last couple of years. Wow, that needs to be corrected, and that's what's happening. Thanks, Christian. Cardano's on my buy list. It's in my lower part of my second tier of things to buy. I'm certainly waiting on that, though. No hurry for me to buy that. Pegasi's Atom platform will be the next big player. Maybe. I'm unfamiliar with it, so I don't have a strong opinion. Oh, Pegasi stated they would drop Bitcoin to 15. Who's Pegasi? I'm not sure who that is. Aquarius says I need to do more research on XLM. Yeah, always do more research. Look into the main guy behind XLM. Really look into him. You're probably not going to like it. Yeah, that's a very real stat, right, about the money printing. That's why inflation. That's one reason why inflation is so high, and that's really a massive reason why everything went up in value. Stocks, crypto, housing. Those are really the main things to look at. Went up so goddamn much in value, so fast in the last 2 years. Crypto, oddly enough, not so much. I think crypto would have done about the same thing regardless. As a matter of fact, I actually think because of the money printing and the massive raise in stocks and housing, I actually think that hurt crypto in terms of, I think crypto would have went higher in a normal environment than it did with all the money printing, because crypto looked good to get into, but stocks looked really good. Housing looked really good. So it was like crypto didn't stand out as much as stocks and from stocks and crypto as usual. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that's a real possibility. Thoughts on Render? It's something I need to look more into, for sure. Wifey and I bought our house for $490K. It's worth over $550 now. Yeah, and I feel like you must have bought it fairly recently, like within the last year or so, Aquarius. Because I do real estate too, and most people's, I'd say on average, if you bought a house 2 years ago, it's probably worth about 40% more now. So if you bought it for 100, now it's worth probably about 140. Obviously, who the hell ever got a house for 100? But you get my point. But for 200, now it's probably worth like 280. 500, now it's probably worth like 7. Yeah, 7. Must be a nice house. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it is. Sure it is. I mean, at that price, if you were in, San Francisco, it'd probably be a dumper. Because house prices in like San Francisco are $1 million house doesn't even look special in San Francisco. 8 years ago for $155, you bought at a very good time model. I think we're going to see house values correct some. I don't know how much. Because mortgage rates are up so much. Housing is clearly at least stalled in terms of prices. Houses are on the market for longer. There's less people applying for mortgages. There's less buyers in the market. There's more houses coming on the market. They're staying on the market for longer. More of them every single week, it seems to me, from the numbers I look at in my area, which is a pretty hot area. I live in the Seattle area. But I look at the rest of the nation too, the hot markets, Austin, Boise, Nashville, Tampa, stuff like that. They're being on the markets longer. We're seeing more price reductions. So I think that we're going to, the housing market's certainly in a cool off period. Because it just went up too much, too fast. Housing typically, prices go up typically 3 to 5% a year is the average. And they went up like 20% a year for the past couple of years. So it's got to come back to the median, closer to the median anyways, the mean. They nerd or the next gen will be renting. And that's the other thing too. The universe is a funny thing, man. It has a way of correcting itself. God, I've been on this live stream for longer than an hour and a half. Okay, I'm gonna have to get off here because I said this is like my social time, so I'm putting too much time into this. There's like other things I need to do that I just am not getting done. If I make $1 million on Gala and sell to start Airbnb, will I be a traitor to the Galanauts? We're going with Galanauts. I like that name. But I try not to associate. I try not to be part of any tribe or cults. But Galanaut, yeah, that's a good name, isn't it? I don't know if anyone else said it. Dan was on here. I came up with it, maybe a week ago? Or maybe I heard it somewhere and I forgot, and now I'm trying to claim for it. I don't know. But Airbnb, I think housing prices need to, because one of the things to realize too is inflation and its effect on Airbnbs, because of travel. I know we're going into summer and people are traveling, but you can expect traveling and dining out to be the first things people cut from their expenses. Lots of mortgages falling through prior to closing. Interesting. I did not know that. Wouldn't surprise me though, I guess. What will turn this bear market into a bull again? The Federal Reserve pivoting or letting off the gas, which would kind of be a pivot still. No wonder you're so stressed. Either Galanauts or Galanites. Galanite's pretty good too. That's true. I would spell it like Knights with a K-N. IGHTS, especially with Miranda's. They guarantee your return and it's bonded and guaranteed through their IP. Ooh, that scares me. That scares me. That scares me. That scares me. They guarantee your return. Ugh, yeah, I already read that. 30% ETH. That scares me. That scares me. Those are some big numbers. Pegasi, because where are they getting that from? How are they guaranteeing that to you? Right? That's what's been going on. Why everything's been chopping down is because of that exact type of thing. And to be like making those claims in this type of market, something doesn't add up there to me. That really makes me question it. Rather, should I go all in on the bottom in BNB or Crow? Can't give that kind of advice. And if I were to pick something, it'd be Ethereum. Surety bond. I don't know, man. Literally, I don't know. Right? I'm not an expert on this. I just see those numbers in this type of environment, and those are the exact things that everyone's been having problems with. Like Luna UST Anchor Protocol, guaranteed 19.5%. Celsius, like that's in this environment that just concerns me. That seems like too much. Like I still think Voyager can be okay. I just, because their numbers aren't crazy, and I know where a lot of their money's coming from, although I didn't know where a lot of it went apparently. So I don't know. Is Nexo like Celsius? Kind of, not quite like. I mean, how is the problem with Celsius wasn't really necessarily the interest that they gave. It was what they did with the funds they had, and they went too high risk on it, and that's why they are in such a potentially insolvent position. again, Recon, I don't know. I would proceed in something like that with caution. Like really, I would look at it as guilty until proven innocent. Well, no, Void, I mean, I don't know. Nexo was kind of being trollish to Celsius. But I don't think Nexo is necessarily in the clear either. I saw some things, but this is just me talking. This is just hearsay at this point. Today, crypto world is fiat and so much volatility. It's gambling, and they don't own any patents. Could be FUD. They don't seem scared, to be honest. Wait, who are we talking about here? Talking about Nexo? Or are we talking about Pegasus or whatever? Who are we talking about? Don't seem to be scared. Okay. I thought I saw something about Nexo giving some funds. Maybe it wasn't Nexo. I don't know. Nexo certainly isn't one I've heard a ton about, so call that a good thing. But scammers don't get scared as well. You know, I don't think Celsius is a scammer. I don't think Three Arrows Capital kind of is really. But I never really cared for Sushu. I didn't, right? I'd look at some of his stuff on Twitter. I'm like, why does this guy work so hard to try to sound so smart? He would use such big words in his Twitter message, in his tweets, and I'm like, why is this guy trying to look so smart? Because the smartest people work hard to speak very simply. Get what I'm saying? And this is what happened. Got too full of himself. Like I imagined Zushu, like I imagined when I bet he spent an hour or two writing every tweet. Half of that time being on thesaurus.com to try to come up with bigger words to say the simplest things. And same thing with Do Kwon. I was like, this guy seems like they both just seem too full of themselves. And to me, the number one thing that I look at is character of the leader. Character. And it's the little things. Not what they say, what they do. And Twitter's a good place to get a gauge on character. Because their thoughts come out. And their thoughts show me who they really are. And where they're coming from. The people that I care about speak as simply as possible because they're thinking about their audience. They're thinking about the people listening and hope and wanting them to understand what they're saying. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Whereas when you're using big words, you know goddamn well you're confusing people. Because you're not thinking about them. You're thinking about how can I look smart? How can I look great? How can I? The smartest people, the people I want to follow the most, are the ones that are thinking about who they're communicating to and caring mostly about them understanding what they're saying. Them seeing the idea. Not, look at me, I'm so smart and cool. It's a big flaw of humans, our desire for status. And it's a big trick. It's a big trick the world has played on us. Status. Fucking status. I mean, it's the silliest thing. Because it's not even real. Because no one cares. What you got, a $10,000 handbag? You got shoes with red bottoms? You driving a Lambo? You're wearing Gucci? No one cares. They might be jealous of you. Do you want people to be jealous of you? Is that the way you want people to feel about you? Do you think that's going to bring you good stuff? Do you think that's going to bring you the best people? It's going to bring you users and people that want to take from you. Status is stupid. No one cares. You're driving a Lambo. People want the Lambo because maybe they just really want it. Like, one day I'll probably get a Lambo, but it won't be for anyone but me. And frankly, I'll do everything I can to kind of hide it because I don't want anyone to know, because I get it from me. But it's a terrible investment. So that's the big conundrum I have, where to me, my biggest priority is putting money into things that make more money. Thanks for the follow, Scott. Pegasi is the real deal. My attorneys checked to see if their patents were legit, and they are. How does a patent... My question is, what does a patent have to do with them guaranteeing 30% return on Ethereum? I don't understand how a patent has to do with that. Because the return's got to come from somewhere. So it has to do with their investing moves or their revenue generating and revenue sharing moves, models, results. Patents don't guarantee you make a cent. So I'm not seeing the connection currently. Or maybe I'm just way out here not even understanding what we're talking about. Maybe I'm just not even saying something that makes it's even relevant. I don't know. To be fair, big words is just lingo in most natural when you're deep in a subject. Yeah, there's a difference between big words and techno. I call it techno babble. When I sit here and talk about ETH, someone brand new to crypto won't know what I'm talking about. I understand what you're saying. Zhu Xu would use words that were completely unnecessary to anybody at any level. Where he wanted to, the most techno-babble literate, he wanted to confuse them. He wanted everybody to think he was the smartest person. It was that was my take, and that's the way it seems to be playing out. That you'll even hear, go listen to the people talk about it. People thought he was the smartest guy in the room. They were the smartest ones in the room. And they did everything they could to give out that persona. That's not, to me, what the smartest person in the room looks like. The one trying to look like the smartest is not the smartest. I remember one time, this is a personal story. Now, I think everyone is very, very intelligent at like a few things. I think most things each of us are pretty inefficient and not smart at, myself included. But I think we all have genius within us. It's just it's in different areas. And we're very good at a few things and not good at most things. For me, I'm very good at math and conceptualization and like connecting dots. Like that's my strength. I remember taking a calculus class once in college, and there's this one guy, I was semi-buddies with him, more acquaintances, because he was like a buddy of some of my buddies. What was his name? I don't remember. But he was in there, and he was a loudmouth guy. And we're in calculus, and he was good at it. He was good at it. And he'd be out there, and he'd constantly stand up and say, like, oh, this thing, this, that, and he'd talk to people and do this and that. It would help them, but it was more so to show that he was smart. That, look at me, I'm smart. I'm really good at this. This is my vibe. And, I'm more of a quieter guy. I more watch people. I talk a lot. I'm fun. You get around me. I'm very social. But I learned long ago that I like to observe people more than show my cards. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the first calculus test we took, he got like 100% on it, right? And he's like, blah, blah, blah. And the teacher, for some reason, I don't remember why, but she ended up saying who like the top 3 scores were. And he was number 2. And he's like, what? I'm number 2. And I was number 1. And he looked at me like, because he knew me, but he had no idea that I was actually like smart. he was so, I remember the look on his face, it was so gratifying. I'm like, ooh, God, I wish I could take a picture of this right now. That look on your face just says so much. You just did not see that coming in so many ways. And he just, a piece of humble pie shoved in his mouth through numbers, not through words. I just remember that, and I like that feeling. It just says so much to me about people. So that's the end of the story. You sound like Chase Jarvis. I imagine that's a compliment, but I don't know who that is. It's fun telling people with fancy clothes I got my shirt at Walmart. Yeah, look at this. I get most of my clothes at Costco. Like, why would I spend money on that shit? I have a buddy who spends hundreds, thousands of dollars sometimes on like shoes. Right? I went to a wedding. Buddy, my oldest friend, went to a wedding about a month ago. Not quite. It's the beginning of this month in South Dakota. And I was in the wedding, and another one of the groomsmen in the wedding. We'd known each other a long time. We're all friends, know each other from high school, but some of us know each other longer than others. He's always been a guy. The first time I met him, he was decked out. We're in South Dakota, middle of South Dakota. You imagine how most people are wearing, fucking cowboy hats and cowboy boots and jeans. He shows up wearing all Tommy Hilfiger. And I'm like, what is this? And that just sums up exactly who he is. It's such a high priority to him to look rich and fancy, whether he is or not. I mean, when I saw him at the wedding, I saw him wear multiple different shoes that were easily like a pair of Gucci's and a pair of Louis Vuitton shoes. And I'm like, who buys that shit? I'm like, really? I know how much money you make, right? You don't do bad, but you're not some crazy ass baller, but you want to look like it. And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like it comes from a place of insecurity. It's the only thing I can make it. It's the best I can make of it. Check out 30 Days of Genius in his podcast. It's a compliment. He's an amazing guy. I appreciate that, Scott. To be a little less humble, I am a pretty smart fucking guy in the right areas. I told you what I'm really good at. You go put me in a place with musicians, I'm by far I'm the dumbest guy in the room. I just cannot understand it. I can't like read music. I don't understand how music goes. But with like math, science, and conceptualizing things, I've just noticed it through my life that I'm very good at it compared to other people. Because in college, even graduate school, I realized that certain things I was like literally the best one in the class at it, and it surprised me more than anybody, as much as anybody at least. And so I'm like, and just some other little things. So I'm like, it's nice to just know what you're good at so that you can stay away from the things you're not good at, which is going to be most things for all of us. But some things I guarantee you're very good at, and you probably don't even know it. Like, you're so much better than most people at some things, and you probably have no idea. And it's probably the things if you think most people understand something, you're probably really good at it, and you're probably wrong. Most people probably don't understand it at the level you do. And it's probably just a few things. Sorry, I've just been like talking at you guys. God damn it. 2 hours. See what I mean? I'm on here for 2 hours again. This is like, I just enjoy this, but I have other things I need to do, and I tend to like eat up too much time in my day being on here too long. I really need to keep this to an hour. Here we are, almost 2 hours again. Motivation fixes a lot of problems, despite IQ points, as long as there's passion. I agree with you. I'd say IQ is it's kind of a measure of like overall brain power, but I don't think it really means near as much as most people think it does. I'd say your ability, because again, my biggest gauge of intelligence is, the word I would use would be awareness. Awareness. How much are you aware of? Look around. Most people aren't even aware of themselves, really, let alone anything else. So that's been an observation of mine. So I think the best measure of intelligence is awareness. Awareness, and self-awareness comes first and foremost, and then awareness of your surroundings and other people. Because if you can understand yourself, everyone's the same as you. I mean, they're not exactly the same in terms of expression, but we're running on the same hardware. You know what I mean? The way we express it is different, but the same things get fulfilled within us, and the same reasons are behind things at the very fundamental core. So if you can understand yourself, you can understand people, even though they may be completely seemingly different than you. That's been my observation in almost 40 years of life. Welcome, Scott. Focus on discipline. It will guide you when motivation fails. I don't like discipline. I don't really like motivation either. In terms of the ideas that we have of them, just to be a little contrarian, or at least share something maybe of value. Do with it what you will. I don't really like motivation. I do like desire. Desire is something different. Desire. It's something that's just there that you can't get away from. Desire. And desire it's always driving you, wherever it is. I'd say the big thing is that discipline, it can be strong, but I think in things that you really love, that you have strong desire for, you don't need discipline. You may need a plan, but if you're aligned with who you really are and what your true desires are, and now that's the work, is figuring out what are your real desires, because we lie to ourselves a lot and we don't know it, right? That's why I think self-awareness is at the pinnacle, is at the center of our entire life in terms of happiness, success. Because success is just being happy, right? The world tells us what we're supposed to do to be happy or to be successful, what it looks like, but that's not true. It's whatever it looks like to you. And to me, if I had to pick a word, freedom. Because I think to a degree, we're all born into a degree of shackles, no matter where you're born, even in America. That's my thoughts. Sheldon. Savers account. Mate, I'm sure you had 2,000 viewers in bear market. Nothing bullish on crypto, Mr. Crypto Bull. Effective intelligence are different things, probably. Is this a crypto stream or spiritual guidance? We've been on here for almost 2 hours. When we get later in these streams, I mean, what am I going to do? Right? Overall, I think as humans, we're looking for connection. So I try to connect with people later on in the stream, because usually the folks that have been on here have been on the stream for a while. And so don't you just want authenticity? Don't you just want to connect with people? I think that's kind of at the core of humans. So later on in the streams is typically where it goes. So how much crypto are we going to talk about? It's a pretty boring market right now. Not much is happening. Let me break it to you. Crypto, probably going down. Crypto, plan for the next bull market. Macro, probably going down. Inflation, still high. Interest rates, still high. Like, okay, sum that up. Now we're 2 hours into the stream. What can we really do here? Let's connect. Yeah, well, it's not just in the bear market, just in life. I mean, what's more valuable than self-awareness? I don't know. But I better go. I've been on here for 2 hours. God damn it. Told myself I was going to do 1 hour because I got so many other things I got to go do. Shit. This is like my social time and I enjoy it. Thanks for the follow, Mail, Kieran. All right, I'm going to get off. This whole stream, if you want to watch it again, it'll be on the YouTube channel. Daily Crypto Bull across all the socials. Join the Discord. Go to YouTube. Go to Twitter. Check out my resources page. The link in the TikTok bio will take you to the resources page. Excellent stuff over there. Free masterclass. Link to the Discord, YouTube. Lots of great stuff over there. Seriously, check it out. You can't get enough of us. Well, you know, how many people want to talk to you about crypto in your life? Like to this level? Probably about none. If you're lucky, one. So this is a gathering of people with a strong shared interest, and it's more than just crypto. Because even our interest in crypto comes from a deeper desire. That's why we get into that stuff later in these streams usually. Because if you ever talk to me in person, yeah, we'll talk some crypto, but guess what? I'm going to end up kind of steering it to like, okay, who are you? Who am I? What do you really want? It's kind of the way I am. I can be kind of a pain in the ass to be around sometimes. And a lot of people can't take it because I'm too into that. Like, I'm too into people unshackling themselves from the slavery that they are unknowingly in, the things they're unhappy about, and becoming happy. Anyways, all right. Yeah, no one talks to you about it positively. I mean, yeah, definitely not. All right, I'm gonna go. I gotta go. I'll most likely be back on tomorrow, but god damn it, I'm gonna stick to an hour tomorrow. You guys are awesome. Peace out.